I wanted to talk to you about 4 timesing your progress, which was inspired by my friend Amber, who is an awesome trainer. And I was watching her live stream the other day, and I loved what she had to say about this, and I could completely relate to this. She was discussing how this mutual podcast that we listen to, the coach on the podcast was talking, he's a business coach, and he was talking about how people with a coach, and there was a study done about this, a large study done about people with a coach increase their progress or their results by 4 times. And I mean, when I think about that, who wouldn't want that, right? Sometimes we are challenged with investing in ourselves, and it feels like, we want this goal, but we also want to hang on to our money. But what I have seen time and time again, even with myself, which I'll tell you in a minute about my own coach, that when we invest in something, when we put money on the line for something, we are way more likely to do it, which is very likely the reason if you are plugging away and you're not getting results and you're kind of doing the same things and you're not seeing any change, or you keep falling into the same traps or obstacles or blockages, it's probably because of that, because there's nothing on the line. There's not a wager, there's not money out of your pocket that you're now paying for it. So you're a lot more likely to show up and do the work, way more likely. And I see it all the time because I often will either gift somebody with a program or gift them with training. And I can tell you, for the most part, when I give it away as like a scholarship or a gift, the people don't do as much or work as hard. Sometimes they do, definitely. But that's why I'm very selective about who I give my scholarships to. They have to be committed because there's something about it when it came free and there was nothing that you let go of. It's just harder to stick to it. It's just like committing to yourselves. And sometimes we don't commit to ourselves like we commit to someone else. So I have a business coach myself, and I literally had a 4 times increase in my business. So I thought it was so funny when Amber was talking about this, because I started with her in 2018, in like September of 2018. And I was determined to do everything she said. And she had like great advice and great focus, and she each week helped me check in, gave me accountability, and I was determined to do everything she said. I did everything she said, went through all these 16-week course and all the modules and just about everything she said. So there was a lot of information, so sometimes you're on overload and you can only take what you can take in the moment. But I even did scary things that I didn't want to do, that I felt like were risky or kind of definitely out of my comfort zone. And when I did them, by probably the next summer, so probably 6 months or less, I had tripled my business. And then another few months later, I had quadrupled my business just by having somebody to tell me what to do. And I made the commitment to do it because there was money on the line, right? So you have this sense of, well, that's a lot of money. I don't want to waste that money. But there's definitely that piece, but there's also that I am totally, hello Michelle, totally worth it to commit to myself and get the results I want. This is one thing. I made a post this morning here on Facebook and Instagram about our core values here at the studio. And I totally encourage you to create core values in your life, for your fitness, for different areas of your life. But that is one thing that my business coach helped me with, and it has been unbelievable. So I always go back to the core values. Is this decision that I'm going to make about my fitness or my health or my business falling in line with the core values that I set, my purpose? And my post talks a little bit about some of our core values and our purpose here. Anybody I bring on at the studio, my new coaches, they know the core values and they know the mission statement of our business. So they know that what they're doing falls in line with the core values. If I didn't have core values for the business, we would then everybody would kind of be running their own show, right? So parallel that to your fitness life, your business life, whatever it is, your family life. This is a great parallel. What are the core values for your health? What do you want to get out of it? And what is the priority? So, if your priority is fat loss, and the purpose behind that is so that you can live a better life, do more things, reduce your health, your long-term health risks. Why do you want to reduce those long-term health risks? Who do you want to do that for? Your children, your grandchildren, your spouse, so they're not taking care of you, all these things, right? Create these whys behind the mission statement or the core values. And then when you go to a potluck and you've got your plate loaded up with mac and cheese and fried chicken and all the things that are really super tasty, you can look at that plate and you can say, is this supporting my goals? Is this part of my core values, which are even deeper than goals? Your goal could be fat loss, but your core values or your mission is the reason why behind the goal, right? So you look at the plate and you go, you picture that core value. You picture your spouse taking care of you when you're ill. You picture not being able to do things with your grandkids. And you can go, I'm gonna swap this plate out. I'm gonna keep a little mac and cheese over here on the side and I'm gonna fill it with the good stuff. So when you have those core values, it takes you way back to the beginning and it makes it so much easier to stick to your plan because there's a deeper commitment to it. Because it's not just about you. It's not just a little conversation between you and your head. It's now a whole scope of the people in your life and what you wanna do with your life. So I have found that one piece that my coach gave to me was worth gold. And it just gives me a peace when I'm trying to make a decision about my business. It gives me a peace. Does it go with the core values? I don't have to swirl in my head about the decision. Does it fit? Does it not fit? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Super easy. So takes a lot of pressure off. So the whole point of this broadcast was to talk to you about having a coach and the fact that the studies have shown that people that have a coach increase their production or their improvement, their results by 4 times. I see it here in the gym all the time. And one thing that I hear women say is, I know what to do, I just need someone to make me do it. Or I need to be somewhere, like I have to have an appointment to get there because I won't keep that appointment with myself. In fact, yesterday, one of my clients was saying, I have all this stuff at home, but do I do it? No. So having a coach, having someone to meet you there, and then having the right knowledge, because a lot of times you will be, doing maybe a workout program, and maybe it's a well-designed program, but there might be form things. We just finished up with one of our Fit Beginnings groups, and we always have them fill out a review so we know how we're doing and how we can improve the program and what they liked about it. And one of them was, one of the comments was that knowing how to do, I got so much more out of the workout when I learned how to do the exercises properly. That's huge right there. Because if you think about just that one piece alone, you can be at home doing your program for 6 months, but not doing it properly, and you're gonna slow and stall that progress and not really know why. And then we head into this whole head spin of frustration that you just think, well, at least I'm doing something, and that's awesome. At least you are doing something. But we here at the studio, we always focus on getting them that one step further. We know each client's goal here at the gym. We work in small groups. So the goal is one step further. So maybe for Tammy, it's picking up heavier weights. We know that she wants to get stronger. And so we know that she needs to pick up a little bit heavier weight today. And we know for Sue that it's the food. So I know that before Sue leaves the gym, I'm gonna check in with her and say, what's on your meal plan this week? Will you send me a screenshot when you write down your meal plan? Will you send me a screenshot? Or if Angel has a hard time because she's such a busy girl, show me a picture of your food prep on Sunday. Things like that, the accountability, and that's what everybody says, is it's the accountability. And those are things that we do here at the studio. So I want to encourage you. I know it is hard to part with money, especially now, but it is so valuable. And for me, it is extremely rewarding to be able to watch, and my other trainers, to watch the progress, because we have our mission statement driving your goal, behind your goal, right? So we know your goal maybe is fat loss or weight loss or getting strength or whatever, and then we have our mission statement running in the background. One of our core values here at the studio is to give our clients 10 times more than they paid for or expected. And I love that core value in us because, or for us, whatever, because it looks different for different people. Sometimes it looks like changing the workout for someone because that's what they needed that day. Last night, there was only one gal that was able to come to bar class. And so we totally changed it. I gave her a private session instead, kicked her little booty, and it's what she needed. She needed to get ramped up. She needed a little more energy to finish out the week. And we were able to, rather than canceling the session, we were able to give her a really good session. We were able to talk about her nutrition and her drive and all these things. So, I totally lost my train. There's an alarm going off in the background. I totally reset my brain. But there's so many things that we, the 10 times. Yeah, sometimes it's just being there emotionally for someone. Sometimes it's going in the massage room and letting them have a good cry. Sometimes it's just resetting them and giving them that encouragement, or teaching them that grace is so important. Maybe it was a rough week. Maybe you messed up. I don't really believe there's messing up. It's just giving ourselves grace to step forward and let's hit the reset. So many values. And I personally, when I saw my friend Amber talking about this, I was like, I got to steal that because I personally, with my own business coach, have experienced so much peace having a framework and 4 timesing my business, which was an awesome perk, but just the peace of having the framework and knowing that I have someone to go to ask questions whenever I have a question it's always been so good for me, because I know I'm not going to spin my wheels doing this thing over here that's not working. I'm going to know that I have the girl to go to. She's like a unicorn to get the results that I want to get. And that's just not like financial results. It's results for my clients. It's peace for myself. It's how to create a balance between my business and my family. So it's results in a lot of ways. And so I parallel what I learned with her to my clients and try to coach them in the same way. And so get a coach, just hire us to do it.